Hello and welcome to the Angus Report, a news program geared toward cattle producers. I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Crystal Albers. Paige Wallace is on assignment this week. From American Angus Association headquarters in St. Joseph, Missouri, we bring you the week's top headlines, including a look at the recent USDA corn report.
We discuss some results from the National Beef Quality Audit.
We'll have highlights from the latest meetings of the American Angus Association. Plus, we'll look at marketing those cull cows.
This is the Angus Report. Our top story for the week. The USDA released its latest corn forecast last week, and the numbers appear favorable for cattlemen. Cindy Campbell has more.
Cattlemen breathed a sigh of relief last week after the USDA released its monthly corn report. The agency's supply and demand projections showed little change in estimated corn yield, which kept prices in check. USDA puts nationwide corn yields at 166 bushels per acre on almost 96 million acres, despite dry conditions in many parts of the Corn Belt. Recent weather forecasts showing more favorable rainfall projections in the coming weeks likely played a role in USDA figures. Many farm groups closely monitored the report, which was released for the first time during active trading hours. Since USDA numbers trigger reactions in commodity markets, some groups argue releasing corn and soybean estimates during active trading will increase volatility. Expanded trading hours will likely have at least some effect on the markets in the coming months, and USDA is collecting feedback on when to release future crop reports. For the Angus Report, I'm Cindy Campbell.
The American Angus Association Board of Directors met earlier this month to conduct organization business and set the course for the nation's largest beef cattle breed.
The board approved a new advertising campaign incorporating some of the concepts from the Neville Spear White Paper. We had a review of the rollout of Maternal Plus, and that program is off and running. We've just had the rollout of Gene Max, and we're starting to see some uptake on that. In the API board, they're rolling out a new marketing effort called Angus Trading Post. It's going to be a internet-based marketplace, if you will, and it responds to some of the things that we were told about in our long-range plan, that our members wanted more assistance in marketing, more opportunities in marketing, and it's one way our organization can help.
Visit angus.org for further board meeting highlights.
Cull cows comprise about 20% of the gross income for many ranchers. Whether you sell in early summer or later in the fall, it's important to understand how to best market cull cows.
Understanding how to market cull cows is very, very important, because cull cows, quite frankly, represent about 20% of our gross income off of most ranches each year. The USDA basically reports the market price of cull cows in 4 different categories. And I think if we understand that, we can then perhaps manage our cows so that they're in one of the higher priced categories, one of the higher priced grades when we sell them at whatever time we actually market those cull cows. There's quite a difference in the price of the cows in the different grades. Generally, the boners are the highest priced cows. Those are the ones then that when the packer buyers buy them, have just enough flesh to where when they move those cows, they don't get a lot of bruising, trim loss, and yet those cows don't have excess fat that has to be trimmed, such as the case with the breakers. As you're thinking about marketing cows next fall, or even some of those fall calvers that you might cull very, very soon, those that we can get into that boner category are the ones that are going to bring the most price per pound as compared to the other USDA grades.
The National Beef Quality Audit is a comprehensive benchmark study that provides the cattle industry with an important performance baseline. As the NBQA is finalized, Ron Gill of Texas A&M provides some insights.
The most interesting thing is how high up the list, on everybody's list, from retailers to food service to packers, and even at the feedlot level, this food safety issue has become, it's always been a big issue and kind of a given and understanding, but it was top of the list on everybody's agenda this year. The other thing that was very high on the list across all of the segments, even at the production level, was ability to do traceback. And identifying the lack of a traceability system within the United States and how vulnerable that makes us to export markets. And also, we didn't talk about that a lot this morning, but that's a huge component of where the traceability is going to come back and be a problem, is that our customers overseas are going to demand it.
Watch future episodes of the Angus Report for extended coverage.
The deadline to nominate delegates for the American Angus Association Annual Convention is June 30th. Each active member may nominate a delegate from his or her state or district to be included on the final ballot in July. Details of the entire selection process can be found in the association's Breeders' Reference Guide, which is available online at angus.org.
When the Angus Report returns, we learn how efficiency and quality can coexist in the cattle business.
We'll also learn about the association's Maternal Plus program.
Visit angus.org to continue to watch this episode of the Angus Report.